All right. Welcome. Welcome,
Hey, hey,
welcome.
hey! Welcome to Cozy Sips with Cat. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Ty.
Let's get cozy on a sip of romance while we chat about books, life, love, and you guessed it, sex.
Yes, and we are very excited for our next show because we're going to switch the script a little bit. We have not only an author, but also a filmmaker. And what does she specialize in? Romance, just like we do. So, I'm so excited to have her here. And before I get into that, I want to ask, what's your cozy sip, Cassie?
Georgia Peach Tea. I'm a Georgia Peach, so I gotta represent. I'm behaving tonight. I'm not gonna drink any wine because somebody saw the show and told me they thought that my dancing off cue had something to do with maybe people thinking I might have been a little tipsy. I wasn't tipsy. I have no rhythm whatsoever. Don't snatch my black card. Please don't revoke the black card.
We're not going to
I'm just off.
revoke it.
Look, I'm just off key. I'm just off key. Period. I can't sing and I can't dance, but I got talent elsewhere, so it don't matter.
Yes,
What are
and
you
I
sipping on?
I am sipping on amaretto sour.
Ooh, drink some for me. That's my drink. That's my favorite one right there.
And it's become one of my favorites. I'm a lemon drop fan, but
Okay.
that is my drink. But I'm also amaretto sour. Like lately, it's been when I go to a bar, I'm get amaretto sour or get that's my cocktail for right now.
That's what we
So
got to get when we hook up in South Carolina. But we'll tell you guys about that later.
yes, yes. So I just want to talk a little bit about us because I know we really didn't talk. So I just want to say to Cassie, tell us
Mhm.
what you have coming out soon.
On March 7th, I have another Savage coming at you. Marco DeLuca will be out on March 7th. He is the bad boy brother, the big brother of Alessandro DeLuca, who came out on
Okay.
last year,
Okay.
and he is on a killing spree. When I
Oh,
say there is violence, rough sex, and he makes no apologies, and it's supposed to be a mafia romance, but there is not a romantic bone in Marco's body. But I guarantee you'll love him. What
okay,
you
so
got
then,
going on?
then what's that? Wait. What makes that a romance? If you say it's like there's not a romantic bone in his body, then how's
He is a savage through and through. Alessandro has some romance, but Marco is not a romantic man. He is get your ass over here, girl, right now. He's that
got you? Okay. I'm scared
guy.
now. I'm scared.
Don't be
I'm
scared.
scared. I am
Don't.
scared.
We ain't
Yeah,
never scared.
got
So,
you.
what you got coming out? Because I know you got something coming up real soon.
Yes. My very first release of the year on February 17th, which is The Lipstick Diaries, Chemical
Ooh.
Reaction, is the first of four books that's coming. It's rapid release, coming pretty much soon, right after the other, but each of them is a standalone. So please don't feel like you have to wait till all of them out to read. You don't have to. They are connected, but they're also standalone. So I want everybody to go out, get their copies on pre order now, and it really is a story. These characters appear first in chemistry, and the way the story ended, some people came up to me like, you're gonna have another part. Like, what's going on? I thought it ended fine, but people were like, no, I felt like it is a happily for now, happily forever, and I was like, so it's just chemical reaction. So, but you don't have to read chemistry if you don't want to. I suggest it because I think chemistry is a good story. But you can just start right at Chemical Reaction, coming out February 17th. And it's a sexy story. It's about friendships. It's about, love. It's about how we get in our own way as women when it comes to love, because we have trust issues and different things. So I'm really looking forward to this series that's coming out. Each of the books that's coming, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. Each of them are different genres. So or different tropes, I should say, not genres. They're all African American, but different tropes, which is something I don't always do. So I'm looking forward to see how everything happens. So that's what's
And
going on
I've
with
been
me.
agitated with her, y'all, because she's putting out all these teasers on Facebook, and I'm just ready for books. And I'm tired of waiting. I wanted it out before Valentine's Day, but who am I? So anyway, if you haven't checked it out, definitely check out her book because the cover itself is sexy. The cover speaks to everything. I want to get it just because of the cover. I love her writing, but I want it just because of the cover.
Yes, a very look. And I bought that cover like 2 years ago. That's how like I saw it. I bought it. I was like, I just want the cover. I had no book in mind, but I love the cover.
So,
It's
see,
sold
here's what you're
now.
gonna have to do.
Yes.
You got to make sure you get
Mhm.
a paperback because I want a signed copy of a paperback to put on my shelf. Got to. It's a collector's item. It just is.
All right. All right.
So,
Well, I will make sure that I do that. If no one else for Miss Cassie and some other people keep asking me for paperbacks.
yeah, definitely get that paperback.
What I do want to say, since we are talking about romance, I literally just saw this on Instagram where Denzel Washington is being interviewed and he's asked about how did he make a 34-year marriage last so long?
Hmm.
And one of the things he started off with saying is a good woman. And I was like, good answer, Denzel. Good answer. And so, but but he admitted, he said it takes a very strong woman to, because I was away a lot. She raised my children. Take a strong woman to deal with who I am.
Hmm.
And so, and the thing about it is, this is the thing though. He's been very honest and open that first few years of his marriage, especially when he was at, real popular, he
Hmm.
was, he stepped out a few times. So that begs the question. Is she strong because she put up with him?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Here's why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a very close friend of mine who, and I felt really bad about it because I was writing a book at the time about
Mm-hmm.
something similar, and I
Yes.
had no idea that she was going through that in her marriage. And so I apologized to her when I gave it. I said, "Look, I wrote this before you told me about it." She was like, "Oh, I know." But she came to me and told me about it. She didn't go to anybody else in her family because she was worried about them judging her. And I think more often than not, as women, especially black women, we have ideas of what a strong black woman is, but nobody can say what that strong black woman is except for that specific woman. Because she's the only one who knows, what she's had to go through, what the pain feels like, what the sadness, the sorrows, the disappointments, and the victories feel like. We could sit here and say, oh, I wouldn't put up with that or I wouldn't do this. But if you've never been in her shoes and you can't, because even if you've been in a marriage, say for the same amount of time and your man cheated on you, it's still different because you're dealing with a different person and there's a different dynamic to every relationship.
That's true.
So I really can't say, whether she was strong for staying there and putting up with it or would she have been stronger if she walked away and showed her children something different to expect? Nobody can answer that, in my opinion,
No, no,
except
no. I
um,
think your answer is valid. Yeah, I think it's a good
yeah,
answer.
because I think about and I give all praises to God. I know that I have a very good man, and that's not something we've been through. We'll be married 20 years this
All
summer.
right. Congrats,
Um,
congrats.
and we've been together for 27 years. And I would have to say he's a good man because I come with my stuff. I come with my emotions. I come with my drama. I bring it all. And it takes a lot to put up with me. He often says that, it takes a strong woman to deal with him. But I know it takes a lot to deal with me because I got my quirks and my ways, as all of us do. But again, to say whether or not she's strong, I think only she could really speak to that because I'm sure she may have had her breaking points at times. I'm sure she may have gone through times where she wanted to leave, and she
Hmm.
felt like I deserve better than this. But at the end of the day, that's her walk and her journey, and
Oh
who
no, I
and
definitely agree with
who for
that.
me to judge?
No, no, I've just had a thought because I wonder if he would have stayed if she had been the cheater.
Possibly not. And the reason I don't
Yeah,
know, but the
I
reason
don't
I
know.
say that
I'm just
is
speculating. Yeah.
because men sometimes tend to, a lot of times, not all men,
Hmm.
um, it's harder for them to put up with hurt and pain and emotions that really bother them than it is for us. Sometimes we get in a mindset of, oh, men are just like this, men are like that. So we kind of may look the other way easier than a man will, where when a man is hurt, he is hurt, and devastated to the point where he don't even want to deal with anything else. So I
We
don't
want.
know that he would have stayed.
I want to table that for another time because we can
All
really
right.
get into that. Because does that mean that are they really not that strong, or we in this society we have told women it's okay for men to cheat, but not women. That's why I want
But
to
not
hold on that
men.
because
Yeah. Hmm.
because I think that is the issue more than anything else. Men don't expect it, but women do to some degree. But we're gonna
Absolutely.
talk. But I want to table that. I just
Okay.
saw that, so that's made me bring it up. But I want to get into because we're gonna have fun on this show. We're gonna talk about all kind of things. So, as we talk about our guests and bring guests, then we want to put a light on these wonderful authors that are out there in this world that's showing love. We are authors ourselves, and we just want to help people shine. So that's one part of our show of Cozy Sips with Kat. So I want to get into our guests that's coming up. And our guest, she is a filmmaker. First, she started as a author, a woman's fiction author. She authored two books, Picking Blackberries and Until You Walk in My Jeans. And both
Mhm.
stories are very powerful. One is a coming of age, just picking blackberries. And then the second was Until You Walk to My Jeans, a dual story. But I really won't go into that because today she's here to talk about a film that she not only wrote, she directed, produced on hardly any money. No money. When I say hardly any money, like she did all of this with the grace of God. So, without further ado, I want to introduce Miss Rhodesia Perine Mohammed. Welcome.
Hey, Rhodesia. It is
Hi, how
such
is
an
everyone?
honor to have you here today.
Thank you. Wait, y'all, this is a little ghetto. I'm looking at y'all background. I said I just had a wall. Let me throw my movie poster up in there so
Absolutely.
you
Show it
guys
off.
see.
Show it off.
Yes,
Yes.
Lord. I said, Lord, this kind of ghetto, but here we go.
It is
Let's
all
go.
good.
Let's go.
Welcome. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, speaking of making dreams come true, this woman is really making dreams come true. How often most of us authors think about having our book made into a movie? She went out and did it. She didn't have to wait for somebody to come to her to do it. She did it. She made it happen herself. And she, in my opinion, is an
She did.
inspiration to so many women, so many authors, so many people, period. You went out and you made your dreams happen. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide to turn this into a movie? What was the inspiration behind that and the thought process?
Just wanted to see my words jump off the page into real life, into fruition. Been a writer all my life, and my first goal was just to have a published book. Then after a while, I realized, okay, so many people are using social media now. People, I felt like if I can introduce my characters, I did three shorts before I did this film, and it was to advertise my book, Until You Walked in My Jeans. Hold on, got it right here. And I felt like once I did that, once I had people to, you know how you do movie trailers, I did a
Hmm.
book trailer. So I had some actors come in and do some scenes from the book, and that turned on the fire. I was like, now, at first I was thinking about plays. I want to do plays. That's probably been a long time dream of mine. But because so many people now are uh, using social media. That's their TV. I was
Hmm.
like, what if I just do a film? And so that's really how it came about, just being inspired to see my words brought to life. And boy,
So,
did they bring them to life.
yeah, they did. Yes,
Yeah,
they did. I've seen the movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. And we'll
yeah.
Yes.
definitely make sure that you get the link to that. You
And
you
at the ticker, I'm
stated that,
telling you, it's now streaming free on Tubi. Kairos Eve.
yeah,
Just
we
put a
see
shout
it
out.
there.
It's there down
Good
there.
shot. You mentioned that you got actors to come in when you were doing your book trailer. And
Yeah.
so you've got some phenomenal actors for this movie. Where did you find
Okay.
your actors from?
Can
And
you
they are
tell
beautiful.
them?
Beautiful.
They are. No, they
People of
killed it.
color.
They killed it.
Beautiful.
They
Okay.
killed it. They killed it. They
You
did.
better let them know it's a beautiful
Yeah,
love story with beautiful actors.
they are.
There's a sister by the name of Oni Muhammad. She's a talent agent. She's in the film industry. She acts herself. Um, I think it was my younger sister that introduced me to her because my younger sister acts and
Yeah, she's an
she's in
actress.
theater and all of that.
Hmm.
So she
Oh,
introduced me, and it was like on like popcorn. Soon as we met, she was like, "Tell me what the type of characters you looking for," and we did that with no time. We had an audition. They came in and blew me away. So yeah, I was like, this is a no brainer.
so when they came in and did the audition, you picked from that first group of people, or did you go through different people before you found the
We had
person,
two
the right one?
auditions. Yeah, we
Okay.
had two auditions. The first one we had, I saw someone I liked. I worked with her before.
Hmm.
She could really act, but we weren't just. We were kind of skeptical about do we need to see some more people just
Right.
to be on the safe side. So we held another audition. It was even bigger than the first,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's where I found. Well, I already had the Marvin who
You had
plays
Cairo.
Cairo in the movie. I already had him. He had worked for me before. He did not have to audition for Cairo's Egypt because I
I
knew he
love
could.
him, by the way.
Oh
He's really
yeah,
good. He's really
He
good.
everybody
he
does.
made me mad at one point, and I'm gonna ask you about that. But I love him.
Yeah, they were, and the chemistry between those two. See, people don't understand that you can't just throw two strangers together and think that magic is going to happen.
Hmm.
These
Absolutely.
two, they knew each other before, they've acted together before, but it was some type of magnetism between them that I can see right away,
Hmm.
and it was all she wrote. So I had auditioned different women. So they would audition with him. The different women would audition with him to
Hmm.
see, who has the most chemistry. And Tabitha, who plays Egypt, she pulled it off because
Okay.
I gave them the night before the audition. I sent the script really late. I didn't want anybody to do, study it too hard, nor did I want to do a cold read for them. So I also told them that they could use their script if they needed to. Tabitha came in and knew the lines. She didn't have to look at a script not once.
Came and owned that part.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that because I gave permission to use, so no points was taken off if you use,
Your
the
script.
script. But her acting stood out so much that I'm like, that's her. Actually, my sister said when she walked through the
Yeah.
audition door, that's Egypt. Just
Okay.
by looking at her, she was like, that's Egypt.
So why don't you tell the people what the movie is about?
Ooh,
And then we'll get into talking about
it's about
some of my
love, honey.
issues about that movie.
It's about love and commitment and communication and the ups and downs and the trials we have generally in a relationship. And I think uh, with their story, they had some added issues, which is long distance relationship.
Hmm.
So it made it even more complicated. Relationships are complicated anyway, but
Absolutely, they are.
to add
Adding
distance to
distance.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, they were trying to figure it out basically.
Where
So go ahead.
where did you get the inspiration for that story from?
Who knows? I'm inspired by everything. No, really, like I can watch a movie and somebody can say one line and I take that
Yeah.
line and think of a whole story for myself. It
Yeah.
could be strangers, it can be
Hmm.
family stuff from, about me. It inspiration comes from everywhere. But it was intended to be a short.
Yeah.
It and when I
Okay.
say short, I mean short film. It was
Hmm.
intended to be a short film, didn't have the money to do a full production, but
Right.
I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to tell a story about love and the twists and turns that comes with love. So yeah, I can't even remember where it come from, but
No, it sounds like us because I know I feel the same way. Littlest thing will inspire me to write. So I definitely feel you on that.
So
Um,
I'm going to give a little bit of a teaser to the people. One, I will say there's a lot of drama. and love,
Tried to
love,
tell
love
him.
drama.
Hmm.
Um, it is a love triangle. It is a Mr. Wrong versus Mr. Right kind of thing, but it's hard to say who's Mr. Wrong and who's Mr. Right in this
Right.
one. Now, what I want to say to you is there was a part, and I won't tell the people what was going on at that part because I don't want to give it away, and I really want people to see this movie. It's really, really good. So I'm trying to work hard to stay away from the spoilers.
Yeah.
But there is a part, speaking of the long distance, where he said to her, well, she said to him, so what? Just shut up and accept it? And he was like,
He hit
basically.
her with the basically.
I
He
said,
hit
what the
her with
hell? That
the
was the
basically.
first thing I loved him until then. And I was like, what the hell? Like, you did not just say, like, for real.
Yeah. Basically.
When I
Basically.
tell you that part got me, oh, that got a rise out of me. You got a rise out of me. I was like, I cannot wait till tomorrow.
It was that right there that shows his alpha male type.
Uh huh.
You
Mhm,
know, I'm
mhm,
Uh
the
huh.
man.
mhm,
You do as I say.
Uh huh.
You
mhm.
gonna be all right. But another part in the beginning that reminded me of that when he said, uh, I think they had just argued, and she, the part where she comes to his house, and in the very beginning, and they had argued about the wedding, and
Hmm.
he says, let me go call you an Uber. And I was like, that hit, like he gave it a few seconds and he said, let me go call you a Uber. Because she was drunk. So I said, ooh, that gut punch, because she thought she was coming there for something else. And
You
he
like, you
hit her
got to
with the,
go.
yeah,
You got to
yeah,
go.
you got to go. You got to get up out of here. We're not having this.
And then I think the other thing that really got to me, and I really am stepping on eggshells on this one, was secret, um, when the secret came out, and the two of them realized the secret at the same time, and the other party had no idea what was going on, and I was
Okay,
just
you're
like,
saying too much. You're saying too much.
I'm gonna back up, but I was feeling away. I was feeling away. Y'all got to check it out. Absolutely have to
It's
check it
going,
Yeah,
out.
it's
I'm
going.
gonna stop
because
because if I say
yeah,
anything else,
you know,
it is gonna give it away.
the
But it was
movie.
a wonderful movie, and for this to have been your first, you did an amazing job, and I say
She really
kudos.
did.
You
She
did
really
an
did.
amazing job,
I
and I've been sharing it out. I've been sharing it outside of. I need to get on social media and share it out, but I've been sharing it out with family and friends,
Yeah,
telling them to go check it out because it's an awesome job.
I appreciate that. And the thing about this movie, because of how I wrote it, it's like it's funny because you can't mention certain things, but
Mm,
it's not as good as, I mean, it is more than better than what I'm able to advertise. You know what I'm
okay, yeah,
saying?
Yeah,
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 Because
yeah.
it's
It really
about
is.
a
yeah.
relationship.
Yep, it
And
is.
that's what people know. It's about a
Mhm.
relationship, the ups and downs, but it's actually better than what people will ever get from the trailer or all of
Mhm.
the teasers and stuff I've been putting out. Have no idea.
Now, grandmama. I love grandma.
Mama
From
Jean.
she is. It's funny. That's my mother-in-law's name, but and that's
Oh,
what we call her,
wow.
Mama Jean. But
That's what we
the
call her.
grandmother
Yeah.
reminds me of my grandma, and
Everyone
she
says
just
that.
she was just so natural, and she just was like she like there was no acting to this lady, and she's just telling it
Mhm,
like it is, and she's just giving
mhm.
us the facts, and she makes you think. She makes you really think about some of the things that I think we take for granted in real
Yeah.
life, and we're just jumping in these relationships, and we're being
Yep.
this way and that way. And she gives very sound advice that I think any young couple needs to hear.
Yeah.
Going into the marriage, because
Yeah.
to Ty's point when she was just talking about Denzel and his wife and how long they've been married, you go through all types of things in
You
a
do.
relationship.
You do.
And it's not going to be all sunny days. It's not going to
It's
be
not.
honeymoon. And sometimes you'll find yourself dealing with things that you swore up and down. I ain't never dealing with that from a man. Or I'm not
Right.
ever dealing with that from a woman. But she gave very sound advice, and I
She did.
absolutely loved her.
She did. Shout
And
out
she
to
gave her
Jean
something to think
Donato.
about. What's
Yeah,
her name?
Jean Donato.
Okay, she
Also
was
known as Mama
amazing.
Jean. Yeah,
Yeah,
she really was.
She was amazing.
everybody love her.
I want to
Yeah.
Everybody loves Mama Jean.
I want to
Like
flip
they
the
kept
script.
asking me, okay, go
Mhm.
ahead.
No, I want to flip the script a little bit. So, because we always ask our guests certain questions. So, I want to make
No,
sure
yeah.
we get to that. Okay. And so, one of the first questions is tell me, uh, what's one of your favorite books?
Ooh,
It can be,
it
it
would
can be your
probably be
own.
picking
That's what I said.
blackberries.
Hmm.
Picking blackberries until you walked in my jeans. Oh, wait. Picking blackberries.
You got to tell them
And
your writer's name because they might look for it under Rhodesia, but it's
Madam
not.
X, Madam X is my writer's name. It's spelled Madymx. But Picking Blackberries is both of my books are on Amazon. Um, until you walked in my jeans, that's spelled with Genes.
Yes.
Yes, and the Bible. I'm sorry, not the Bible, Holy Quran, but also the Bible for screenwriting. That's a
Gotcha.
very helpful book that everybody who wants to be a filmmaker need.
Okay.
I couldn't have gotten this done without it, honestly. So yeah,
Rhodesia, if
yeah,
you were to write a movie about your life, what would the title be?
picking blackberries.
Picking Blackberry. Just said that.
Yes. And can you tell us a little bit about why?
Just it's a coming of age story, and even though there's a lot of stories that does not talk about my life, it's influenced by my childhood, where I am in junior high, where I am in high school, college, and then life. And so I can relate to a lot of those things that the character went through in picking blackberries. So I would just say picking blackberries. Me and my father used to pick blackberries when we were much younger, all the time. So that always stuck in my head that would be the title of my first book. And I mean, I had that thought probably when I was in elementary. Picking blackberries was something that stuck with me. And I was like, and it's an analogy for, picking black men.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that.
Okay. And then what is one of your favorite romance movies?
Oh, Love Jones,
Yeah.
Beyond the Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
especially Love Jones. I've always had a soft spot. I have so many that I like, but Love Jones always have a special place in my heart. What up, Darius?
Darius Love Hall.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
turn
All
over to
right.
you, Cassie.
It is time for a little this or that. You ready?
This the fun part.
All right. Elevator or janitorial closet?
Janitorial closet. Hate elevators.
Yeah, yeah.
I do.
Backseat of the car or back of a pickup truck?
Either.
Couple or threesome?
Couple.
So let's say if there was
Or
a threesome, if there was MMF or FFM?
what is MMF?
Male, male, female, or female, female, male?
Okay, hook me to the game. I was gonna try to just chance it and answer it, but
No, we glad you asked.
uh male on male. I mean, whatever male.
You want to be with two males as opposed to a
Right.
female.
She
Yes.
wants two cucumbers in her fantasy.
Okay. All right.
Anal or oral? Anal or oral? Anal
Sorry,
or oral?
Daddy.
Anal or oral? Anal or oral? Anal or oral? Anal or
Oral.
oral? Okay.
If
Penetrate,
I were to do that.
penetrate or be penetrated?
Ooh.
Wait. B,
Wait, I'm just figuring it out myself. I'm like, what? Wait.
B. Oh
B.
dear. Oh, I'm clutching my pearls.
She goes. She's naughty. She's a naughty, much naughtier than me when it.
Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy.
So you're gonna you're going with be penetrated. You're not gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I just
B.
love the face. I love how she had to come close to the
Oh
camera
my
to get that answer out.
Oh my god.
Okay, and the final one: butt plug or nipple clamps.
I'm done. I'm done.
Both of them sound like they hurt.
Well, if you sip a little wet Thai sipping tonight, or maybe a little bit of wine, and just
Uh,
turn on some music, maybe some Luther or some Miguel, whatever your flow is, and just let it go. Just let it go.
She's still thinking about it. She like,
uh, what is neither?
She took us
No.
back to Jeopardy, y'all.
yeah, she did. She took
Mm-mm.
us back to Jeopardy.
I don't know. Hey, but I'll try it.
But
I'll
there
try
is
it.
pleasure. There is pleasure at the brink of pain.
That's what you selling, huh?
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what you selling. Okay.
that is exactly what she's
That
selling.
is
Her
a
books,
correct
her
statement, though.
books got it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That is a correct statement, though.
Yeah, that is a correct statement. It is.
After pain comes ease.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do. I actually do. Yeah. So I wanna, because we're about to wrap up. So I wanna, wanna play this for you because this is your song choice. And can you tell us why this is your song?
It reminds me of home. Hey, if y'all
Ah.
don't know Big Frida, then y'all ain't living.
This is
And
true.
his lyrics for that song match my work hustle. He said, "I be working all day, I be working all night." I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's what I had to do to get this job done. So pretty often I put the song on and just go at it. I
Go
be
hard.
catching a wall and everything.
Yes.
I be going off.
Catching a wall means twerking against the wall or pee popping, what we used to call it before twerking came out. For those
Yeah, I
from
do that
Warwick.
in the privacy of my own home, though.
Before we wrap up, and before we give the last little bit of where you can find Rhodesia, I do want to say, y'all, she was a very, very special guest because she's actually family. She is Ty's sister.
Yay!
Woo!
Woo!
So they got
My
talent in spades in that
sister.
family. You've got the
We
Yes,
author, you got the writer, you've
the
got an
actress.
actress. Like
Yeah.
that
yeah.
talent is not stopping in that
We
family.
we are technically the female Wayans.
I can see
We
that.
joke
I
about
can
Yeah,
that.
see
We
that.
do.
the
We do.
I
We
can
do.
see
female
Yeah, we
that.
joke
Wayans.
about that. Yeah.
Everybody got talent. That's
Yeah.
even like my dad, who kind of
Yeah.
started us in the
The
creative
writing.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
reading us poems,
Reciting
Langston
poems.
Hughes and
Yeah.
yeah,
All of that growing up.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Awesome.
Hmm.
So he poured it into you guys.
He did.
Yep. He
That's
did.
beautiful.
He did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to say, like you see, if you see on my page, I've been, sharing, posting, because it is a wonderful movie. I was there, I watched her brave. It is really it's blood, sweat, and tears to get this movie done, and very proud of it. And it's really good. Y'all should catch it. If you like romance, you like drama, you should really catch it. We are a year and a day apart. I am the big sister, even though I'm here. I'm short.
Don't tell that age. Don't tell that age
I
now.
ain't telling the age. I'm not telling the age. Not telling the age. Woman doesn't share her age anyway, especially not publicly like this. But anyway, I just want to thank her for being our guest on Cozy. Um, I'm sorry,
Cozy Sips
Cozy
with
Sips
Cat.
with Cat. And I'm sorry, I've been drinking a lot of this right now. So I want to say
I've been
thank
drinking
you.
Powerade.
And where can we find you? I forgot
Uh,
your cohesive Powerade. Forgot to ask you that. What's your cohesive Powerade?
yes, Purple Powerade specifically.
Yes.
You can find me on Facebook at Rhodesia Perine Muhammad or on IG at Rhodesia Perine Muhammad. I'm also on Instagram. I think it's Rhodesia Perine.
Mm,
No Muhammad, if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
But yeah, check out Kairos Egypt now streaming on Tubi. And then click like if you like it. Click like if you don't like it. I need all the support I can get.
Absolutely.
Black woman in the doing independent films, it ain't easy. So yes, go check it out.
Well, we're proud of you. You did
Thank
your
Very much
thing.
you.
so.
Absolutely did your thing.
Thank
Yes.
you. That last part caught me off guard. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about nipple plug or butt plug.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Love it. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Love it.
Ladies, thanks for
Yes.
cozying up with us for another cozy sip of romance. Don't forget that this is pre recorded. So jump on to the next show, check it out, and we'll be chatting with Kimmy Farrell on the next show. Make sure you drop in the comments what you like, what you loved. We don't want to hear what you didn't like. Just tell us
Okay.
what you want to see more of.
Okay.
Let's be supportive.
And make sure you go out and you share our podcast out with other people. We want to spread the love. We want to spread the book love, the writing love, the movie love. We just want to spread romance. So support us in that. And thanks for having us, being here with us tonight. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.